So I'm pulling up here to get my sandwich, y'all. They got a sign out for all you folks at McDonald's. Believes McDonald's pays $20 an hour. Let's see. McDonald's is right across the street, so it don't look like they're paying $20 an hour to me. There ain't no way they're paying $20 an hour across the street. All right, y'all, so y'all see what I got here. Yeah, not bad, man, not bad. A good homeowner compressor. If I was a mechanic or something, I probably would get something, or a professional fabricator or whatever, I probably would get something a little bit bigger or, you know, more expensive. So, but this is pretty nice, man, compared to what I have, which is not one. The last air compressor I bought a Craftsman. I had it for about 10 years, and it finally just went to boot. It wasn't as nice as this one, though. So, y'all hear how quiet that is? Oh my God, a lot quieter than I thought it would be. I mean, for them to say drain it after each use, that does not even, man, people don't do that, man. But it's only 1.5 horsepower. So that's the last one I had was a 4 horsepower. No, it was a 5 horsepower. And boy, I tell you what, man, when it started getting a little bit older, that thing, it had a hard time kicking off. It was popping the breaker trying to kick it off. That thing is quiet, man. Oh my God. Well, $370, whatever, that's, I mean, I didn't even want to spend that, man. I really just wanted to get like a 250 one, but this one will run the plasma cutter. So that's all we wanted, man. All right, y'all, good morning. Wednesday morning, man. So it's 7:30. I got a dental appointment at 8. And then I got a job to go look at. Yeah, not a lot going on. So I appreciate all the views on the video yesterday. That was a little bit different, man. You know, there's not a lot going on out here in the day-to-day. You know, though I'm saying busy, it ain't worthy of filming, all right? So, I don't know, man. I'm just... So I got a little air compressor yesterday. Been needing to do that. And I've already used it. So, I mean, I got a, you know, it's got 2 plug-ins, so I got to get a leader to go to my reel. You know, I got a retractable thing that I'm gonna have in the shop, but I also got one of the little bitty cheap hoses just for, you know, blowing stuff out and all that. You know, it's got the little blower thing on it. But I gotta say, that's one of the quietest air compressors I've ever had. Yeah, I really ain't got a whole lot to talk about this morning, man. I got to get over here and yeah. I do think that this roundup of Trump detainees or immigrants, whatever you want to call them, I really do believe that it's going to affect us. And I think for guys like me, it's going to be more for the good than the bad. If you're a company, you know, a big company that's really been using the illegals or whatever, well,
I don't see how you can hardly even stay in business if you're dependent on, say you got 12 guys working for you and 8 of them are getting deported or on the cuff of getting deported, because you don't really know what Trump and them are going to really do. They're not going to tell you everything. Of course, it makes sense the way they're doing it. They're going after the criminals. But if you happen to be living next door to one of them criminals, or hanging out with one of them criminals, and you're undocumented, you're gonna get gone too, and you ain't done nothing. I mean, a lot of times, a lot of the immigrants and the folks, they live together, and it might be 6 people in an apartment or whatever. At least that's how it was, you know, a few years ago, when my mom sold her place up in Sandy Springs. They would have like 10 folks living in one apartment or one condo, one, you know, 1,200 square foot condo. And yeah, and they would be like, of course, that was up in Sandy Springs, where the where the immigration is a lot more concentrated than it is where I live at. Now, where I live at, it ain't, you know, I don't know, but what ends up happening, I think, and I don't know for sure, I'm just using some deduction. I think that when the rubber hits the road and all, and Trump and them are, I don't know if they'll ever be done. I think it's gonna, well, a lot of cautionary flags are gonna go up for the people that are not criminals. When they see their cousin getting deported because he's a known shoplifter or a known violent offender, and he's gone, then I think a lot of the people that are legit are gonna, not legit but are not criminals, I believe they're gonna be ducking and hiding, and it's gonna make them a lot more unreliable than what they were if they're an employee, because they don't, you know, one thing they don't want to do, especially they got a family, they got kids, they got, you know, all these things going on in their American life, and under, you know, the Biden administration, they've had, you know, 4 years to get comfy and, you know, to establish a job, a place to live, and all that. But if they ain't done the paperwork to be legit, then they're going to be booted out just the same eventually. You know, it's a hot topic for sure, y'all. But I'll say that, you know, I'm not for politics and government, you know, taking control of everything and all that. But some of the stuff that Trump is doing is, well, it's common sense stuff. And, you know, when you look at things that Biden did over the course, and I'm just, you know, I'm just a blue collar worker. I don't really even know everything because, well, they ain't doing nothing for me. But if you look at all the things that they've passed and done, a lot of that stuff, well, it ain't cool and damn near criminal, I think. I mean, I don't see how, if we did some of the things that Biden and them did, if I did them personally, then I'd probably be in jail. You know, you can't be the gatekeeper and then turn your back on the gate. And that's just one little thing. You know, the economics and all is I mean, I don't even understand how they even can keep a straight face talking about they did a good job and all that. I want to say that Biden was probably the worst president we've ever had as far as my day-to-day life. I don't know about what you guys think, but it's in my lifetime, I can't think that affected me that I know about. Biden is pretty bad. And, you know, I'm not I don't know. I'm not Democratic or Republican, but I gotta say, in this election, I'm leaning into the Republican, you know, because I mean, to me, it ain't even close. It's just a common sense thing. I'm on the side of common sense. I'm on the side of quit blowing our money and giving it away and all that. When we're struggling here, we really are struggling, you know. But the man lift needs to go through the shop. I just ain't wanting to put the man lift in the shop right now because my money ain't right for that. It just ain't right. And no, I'm not gonna miss a meal, and no, I'm not gonna go bankrupt, and no, I'm not gonna, you know, stop doing videos and go under. I'm just saying I don't want to spend the time, energy, effort, or money to fix the man lift at this point in time. I got a few things I need to pay off. I want to pay off you know, the new mower I got. I want to pay that off. I also have a few things on my Steel credit card that I need to pay off. I think I owe like $1,000 on that, but I'm not trying to pay it all at one time. I got, you know, about 6 months of no interest left on that, so you know, I just want to have things in order, so when the season hits, and I don't know how good of a season I'm going to have or not. You never know what 25 is going to bring. You never know. But know this, that the basic business model of mine is going to pretty much stay the same. Keep our expenses down and keep our profits up. I mean, why are you stopping? You just stopping in the middle of the road. That's pretty much the business philosophy here. And you never know from season to season how many yards you're going to get back and all that. And see, right now, since Christmas, see, I've been dodging doing yards. And some of the customers might even be upset because I run the business in a way to where if I'm not doing all the properties or a big chunk of the properties on that route, I don't want to go do the property for $60, where it's taking me 30 in fuel and I'm making 60. I don't want to do that. And a lot of times during the winter, I'll lose a customer behind that. And that's, you know, I'm not going to take a hit. I can't take a hit. Now, as long as I'm making money somewhere else, like this month alone, in January alone, solo, I probably have made right around $8,000 so far this month, solo. And we're not talking about 3 weeks of work either. We're talking about just, you know, maybe 1 week of work total. I went out of town for a few days. We had family in for a week. We had snow. I mean, I ain't even really. I just wish I could keep the skid steer more busy. Really, you know, over the years, let me tell y'all something real quick, man, that I've been thinking about for a long time. Well, for the last few years. You know, in the beginning of my business, you know, I thought I was getting over, right? I thought I was getting a good deal. Y'all hire guys like Bo and some of the other guys that I've had out here, and I wouldn't hardly have to pay them, you know, top dollar, though they made more than they could make anywhere else. But I didn't really have to be, you know, loyal or anything. I was just, you know, filling a void, right? And but what that's done, you know, and this is just, you know, me being self-aware, and telling you guys some of the things that I've done in the past that might not have been such a smart thing to do, even though at the time it seemed like it was pretty savvy. You know, having guys come out here and not really having a solid guy, and that's not just the employee's fault. That's a lot of it's my fault too, by not knowing how to incorporate guys into the business and pay them good money and keep them on board and keep work coming in. All the things that you have to learn to do a business, you know. And I might not learn as fast as others, but I got to pay my bills too along the way. So, but after, you know, even though I have grown, I have evolved, and I have learned a lot, one thing that's always been the constant is the employee thing. And now that I'm, you know, getting a little bit older, I'm looking back at some of my decisions I made with employees along the way, and realize that those decisions were not the best for the long term. And if I could go back, there's a few things that I would probably do different. I would, number one, I would invest in better employees from the very beginning. And I don't know that would have changed my state right now, but I definitely could have made better decisions in the beginning. But making these decisions is hard when you don't know what you don't know that you didn't know. So, yeah. But I thought I was doing the smart thing, keeping my expenses down and you know, only having help when I needed it and all that. And really, that was not the best way to do things. Because now it's biting me. Because here I am, you know, with, you know, a couple of $100,000 worth of equipment and investment, and I don't have any employees. And the government's probably going to make it a little bit harder now too. So I don't know what 2025 holds for me. It's probably going to be one of the most unique seasons ever. But one thing that's a constant is I'm always ready, right? You got to be ready. And when I say ready, I mean I'm doing the best I know how to do at this very moment with the things that I'm in control of, right? I'm in control of the things that I'm in control of. I'm gangster at, you know, and a lot of the things that I'm in control of are critical. You know, having all the equipment. I could go a lawn mowing season and not have to buy nothing, literally nothing. You know, going in, and if something blows up, breaks or something like that, it's different. But I'm talking about right now, as I look at my equipment and the hours on the mowers and all that, I'm good. I got one mower that's got a little over 1,000. I got another mower that's got a little over 500. I got another mower that's got 2,000 hours, and I got another mower that's got 3,500 hours. So, and then I got, you know, I bought that brand new Honda push mower. I mean, I got mowers. So I got weed eaters. I got 3 backpack blowers. I got trailers. I don't really need anything but work. So when you're in that spot, you're doing pretty good. Most of the time, by the time I get to the season, you know, what you really don't want to do is get to the season and not have everything that you need, and not have no money. And that's how it's been in some years. Now, once you start buying top equipment and you start using the equipment like you should, and not using one piece of equipment for everything, like, you know, if you only got one mower, you're gonna run the hours up. But if you got 2, there's less hours on each mower. If you got 3 and you're me, you're doing good. Because I got a brand new mower. It ain't brand new, it's got 550 hours on it. I've had it for 2 full seasons. 2 full seasons, and it doesn't even have 600 hours on it yet. Used to, I'd put that much on I'd put, you know, more hours than that in 1 season, because it'd be the only mower I had. And another thing too, I'm not doing all the great big cuts like I used to. I'm doing some, but you know. But anyway, I got to get in here and let them do what they do, and I'm gonna do what I do. Kick it.